Today is a cold day over here in Melbourne.
Looks nice.
Day. Yeah.
Yes.
Looks cloudy too.
Yeah, it is cloudy. It was sunny in the afternoon.
Mm.
Cold days like this, people with the high blood pressure, they're always very scared.
Oh, why is
My
it?
mom, yes. I don't know. I think, yeah, it's weird, right? But every time it's cold, my mom will get very stressed and she get very scared. And she'll be like, oh, I need to keep warm. What if I have a stroke? Because sudden change in temperature. And there's a lot of fear going on with that. What if I have a stroke?
Is that a thing? This cold
It's a thing
increased
within
stroke?
the, I guess it's what they educate us from hospital.
Mm.
But is it a thing? Your body does have a function to regulate temperature to suit different weather. It's called homeostasis. So I guess, is it a thing? It is to some people, but we know that when you go to doctors, they don't tell you that our body heals itself. Our body has a function to regulate temperature. So I guess, you know, they try to put a lot of fear in us without realizing they're doing so. They call it prevention.
Prevention.
That's what they call it. Yeah, don't get cold. Otherwise, you're going to get a stroke from high blood pressure. Ridiculous. So,
Never heard
high
of that
blood
before.
pressure is, never heard that, is it? Is
Yeah.
it because it's hot in Malaysia?
Yeah, it's always hot in Malaysia.
I think that's why.
Mm.
I think that's why. But is there conversation about salt? Don't eat too much salt.
Yes, that one is quite widespread.
Is it instruction given by the doctor, or how do you know that?
It's actually in fact they did a government campaign. Okay, by the way, it's 2:02 now. Should we like officially start?
If you haven't realized, we're already in the conversation.
Yeah, but I think wait a while first before Nick and all comes in, right? I think that's a wait for them.
Okay.
5 more minutes, really.
Let's do that. So what you're saying that they did a
first.
campaign?
Yeah, there has been a government campaign about taking less salt and taking less sugar to reduce high blood pressure and to reduce heart disease.
That's good. The sugar, yes. The salt, no. Yeah, it's good that they actually do reduce sugar.
So is it new research where the salt intake doesn't matter?
They always tell the half story. The salt they're talking about is the table salt sodium chloride. That is a man-made substance that has no nutrition. So if you take too much of those, all your body is flooded with sodium.
I see.
But yeah, but salt in nature has hundreds of minerals and we need it. Wow, look at that. We need it. And salt is crucial to reduce high blood pressure, but not the sodium chloride table salt.
Oh, okay. So what kind of salt?
Any natural salt from the sea, Himalayan pink salt, any natural lake salt, river salt, whatever salt that's naturally made, not refined. So what they do is they take the sea salt and then they put it in a lab and take out only sodium chloride because it's cheap. And you can actually make sodium chloride just from nothing.
Just from sodium and chloride.
Yeah. So it's very, very cheap to produce that.
I see.
And with salt, what happened was they did a study. A lot of studies have been done to test the level of sodium inside many patients with high blood pressure. And they found that all of them have very high sodium levels. So they were very curious. Oh, okay. So maybe we should tell people not to take salt because high blood pressure is associated with very high sodium levels. But it was found out that that's only half a story. So how the body actually works is we have two very important minerals that the body regulates. One is sodium, one is potassium. Potassium is found inside a cell. Sodium is found outside the cell in a fluid. The balance of these two minerals is essential for life. Okay, so when someone is dehydrated, the body rings an alarm bell and say that let's better keep all the sodium within the body because sodium is too important. So often when someone with high blood pressure, they don't drink enough water, they're usually dehydrated. Then you cut them out and you test their blood, too much sodium. Not because the sodium they eat too much, but because body keeps the sodium so we can keep the body alive. So always half the story. That's what happens.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Nick.
Hello. Hi, Nick.
Hello. I'm with my daughter,
Welcome.
Bing Yan here.
All right.
Hi. Hello. Well, today we'll start with a walking warm-up.
Yep.
Because I went to the shops and bought stuff. I don't think I can jump around with all these bags on me. Walking is one of the best exercise and warm-up as well. If you walk fast enough, you will sweat. And walking pretty much activates all of the muscles, the joints, everywhere in your body as well. So let's keep walking. If you're at home, walk around your desk, do 20 rounds. Okay. Yeah, so I was just talking about the high blood pressure and salt. Yeah. So, Nick, were you told to eat less salt?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Have you been doing that?
Not really hard working on that.
Okay. That's good.
Well, good news for you.
Good news for you, yes. Yeah, I just want to share about what I know about what high blood pressure is. Because before I know what it really is, I never knew what it really is. Nobody tells you what it is. They just tell you, okay, you got a condition called high blood pressure. That's it. And you know nothing about it. Is that often the case when you go to the doctors over there as well? Do you actually know what it is?
Actually, briefly. Yeah.
Tell me what you know.
I for sure I know my high blood pressure started off because of the stress that I'm having. So in the advertising line. So yeah. So I got this high blood pressure since about 6 years ago.
Okay.
So then one of the ways to calm down is actually more of I think what I learned from the doctor is that stress is self-control.
Okay.
Yeah. So he told me that high blood pressure meditation is important, but the most important thing is to calm yourself down, do more exercise, more natural way, so that it actually helps to release the stress.
When did you find out when you're less stressed, the blood pressure is more relaxed?
Yeah. It actually helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's true. Yes, spot on. So high blood pressure simply means all the pressure in our blood vessel, the blood flow pressure is very high. So the blood flows really fast, like flowing in a very narrow tube. Very hard to get through. A lot of pressure, a lot of tension, a lot of stress. Compared to a normal blood pressure, that's simply what it means. So the question is, why do we have more narrow blood vessel, and why is the blood pressure so high? So how does stress relate to that? So I'm going to share something that was going to blow your mind. Our blood vessel is like a tube. It's not made out of metal or plastic, but it's made out of our meat. So which means, right, it can change shape and size according to the environment. And why does it do that? Well, that depends on the volume of our blood. And do we know that the blood is 93 point, I don't know how many percent? 93.6% water. Is a liquid, it's a red liquid. 93% of our blood is water. So what do you think determines the volume of our blood within the body?
The amount of water that we drink?
Correct.
Or
the amount of water
how much
that you
water
have in
we,
your body.
how much we retain?
Yeah, all that determines. So pretty much the liquid component determines the volume of your blood. So imagine this, right? You have a tube that can go thick or thin. Then let's say if your whole body has 10 liters of blood to flow smoothly, calmly, then suddenly you only have 6 liters of blood. Then the blood obviously can't flow, right? So what the blood vessel do is very smart. It contracts, shrink, so that it can contain the blood. And what happens to the pressure of that 6 liter within a smaller vessel compared to the 10 liter in a big relaxed vessel? What happens to the
Increases.
pressure? Yes,
Blood pressure goes up.
correct. And then you go to the doctor check, pump. Oh, you high blood pressure.
From not having enough water.
Essentially, correct. Hold on. Very clever. Yeah. The other thing is also we often overlook is what dehydrates us. Stress can dehydrate you. Because when you're stressed, you don't often want to go and have a drink of water. Some of them will drink coffee when they're stressed, or tea, or have alcohol, or soda. All of the above mentioned are dehydrating beverages. It was found that if you have a cup of coffee, you will lose 1.5 cup of water, H2O.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you think you're drinking green tea, I'm being a good boy. I drink 5 cups of green tea a day. You got to replenish yourself with 1.5 times, 7.5 cups of water for the benefit of your blood volume, just because of those green tea. To maintain the blood pressure. Who thinks it's interesting? Okay. So yeah, so when I learned about this, I was pretty blown away. Because all you have to do is drink enough water. Then after a while, right, your high blood pressure will start to ease. Obviously, there's other factors such as stress, like Nick mentioned. You want to intentionally tell yourself that I want to think happy thoughts rather than stressful thoughts. So all of that stuff helps. Yeah, fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, so like mental state and lots of water.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, the mental state is the core of everything. I know this sounds crazy, right? But your attention and your intention changes your body's chemicals and the environment. Because what we think is actually a physical thing. It's made out of energy, chi, electrons, molecules, all of that stuff. And that's the root of everything.
So the thoughts you think are like running an electrical current?
Yes. Like for example, right now, if you're thinking about, just imagine this, you close your eyes and you imagine you're lying on the beach of Waikiki Beach in Hawaii. Then you enjoy the cool breeze. Someone's bringing you a cocktail, a pina colada, and your children is being looked after by some babysitter. You are there, all your friends are there. It's just so nice. You don't need to work for the next 3 days. Just imagine that and notice the sensation in your body. Notice the back of your shoulder. Is it less tight?
True.
Notice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Notice
starting
that.
to relax just thinking about that.
Yeah, smiling a little bit too. You see, so when you're in this state of mind, right? If someone was to take your blood pressure right now, it'll be very different from 2 hours ago when you're sitting in front of the desk. It's proven, it's scientifically proven that thoughts and feelings create reality.
So it's like all in the mindset.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, but I do understand it's tricky to do things like stop thinking, stop being upset, stop getting angry. That's just madness.
Right.
Because emotions I won't say you can't control them. They are real, they are physical. They are given by the body environment. So for example, people feeling upset, they never really feel upset. It's because their body is imbalanced in one way or another, which causes discomfort. And the feeling they experience is upset, irritation. But they think, oh, I'm upset because the deadline's coming. They think that's the reason. But in fact, the real reason is maybe there's a bit of indigestion and bloating going on. So emotions and thoughts are very different. Our feelings, we cannot control it. It's there. It's like, stop beating your heart. That's madness, right? Even if you're happy, not happy, your heart will always beat, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's a thing we never really get taught. So the easiest way to manipulate our body environment, make it more balanced, is by what we put in our mouth. So now we get that drinking water is very important. H2O, not coffee, not tea, not soda, not Coke, not alcohol. If you do drink those things, replenish it with just pure water. That way, in terms of the water conversation, you'll be more balanced. And another way that is so easy is food.
Food.
Yes.
Food for high blood pressure.
Yes, very good for high blood pressure. In fact, I would suggest everyone to stay away from sugar as much as you can, as often as you can, just for the benefit of all health. Only because sugar is, we all know that sugar is bad, right? Make us fat, make us sad.
Yeah.
And then sugar is food for all the germs.
Right.
Sugar is food for all the cancer tissues. Correct.
And
all the notorious things. Correct. So we don't want them around in our body. We literally need to starve them to death. So that's one thing. And salt. Maybe Nick, you have missed out this part, but we talked about it a little bit with salt. Salt is good for high blood pressure. If you take the natural salt. Yeah.
Natural salt, huh?
Yes, especially salt that's high in potassium.
You know, one thing good about salt is that whenever you feel itchy, right? Maybe some rashes or whatever, you put the salt into the hot water and you put your legs into it, you put your hands into it. That is superb.
Oh, so it stops itchiness.
Yeah, it helps. It does help.
Oh, interesting. I actually haven't tried.
It does. So whenever you're
itchy
or whatever, right? So or legs whatsoever, the portion that you feel itchy, right? So then if it's snack, it's a bit hard lah. If it's snack, you just have to put the salt water with your towel or whatever.
Maybe you can
Then
rub
you put
salt.
onto that neck. But if it's hands on palms and legs, you just put it into that, dip it into the water and keep it keep it there for about I do that for about 10 minutes, right? So so while you're sitting, I mean, to entertain yourself, so-called, what you can do is just take out your mobile phone, watch some YouTube, go onto the Facebook, sit there for 10 minutes, you're done.
Sounds good. That's a really nice home remedy.
Yeah, I've been doing that for years.
So where does it get itchy sometimes?
Depends. I think sometimes it's hands, sometimes it's legs.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it just like all of a sudden, or you're actually allergic to something?
Maybe a little bit of rashes or whatever. Then you just, when you just feel itchy, on a certain part, you just do it. It works. It helps.
I shall try next time.
You should.
Yes, yes.
What happens?
The quality of the salt is
rub
very
the salt
important.
on your skin?
No lah. You just put the water into put the hot water in. You boil the hot water. Then you put some teaspoon, maybe about 4 teaspoons. But not a full teaspoon, you know what I mean? So just 4
teaspoons.
Yeah. You're done.
You're using good salt?
I don't know. My wife bought it. So should be not. I mean, I don't think it's a cooking salt.
Oh.
So I don't
know what
salt. Yeah. But
Maybe
should not be a very special one. Should be quite normal.
If it's a bath salt, then it should be a natural salt.
Oh, my daughter is saying it's the cooking salt.
Cooking salt. So smart. Your daughter is so smart.
Cooking salt.
Yeah.
Any salt,
any
salt will do.
Any salt will do. Salt is very useful. Did you know that in the olden days, thousands of years ago, salt is viewed as gold? Sometimes they marry their daughter off, right? They request the male family to give bricks and bricks of salt.
Oh.
And if you can afford bricks and bricks of salt, then that means your family is well off. Salt is very, very very important in our body, in our world actually. Peter would know that, because all the minerals in the soil determines how good the plant grows.
Right.
And salt is crucial. So yes. So for high blood pressure, please forget about don't take the salt. They're talking about table salt. You've got to have enough salt. And how much is enough? Who wants to make a guess?
How much is enough? Wow. No idea.
I assume that it come by day.
Kind of. So every day is different. The weather is different. The light is different. The energy is different. You feel different. You do different things. Our appetite is different. Our body environment is different. What we need is also different. Okay, so how much is enough is you use your taste buds. You add enough salt until you feel that your food is flavorsome. Don't use your brain and say, no, too much salt. The doctor said too much salt. Don't use your brain to eat. Use your tongue. If you feel, just put some salt, but it's no taste, put more. Because that's what your body needs.
Natural salt though.
Yeah, natural
not
salt.
Not the white table salt.
Yeah, not the white table salt. I think most supermarket nowadays will have more of a more natural range.
Yeah.
You just pick your natural sea salt, pink Himalayan salt.
I actually have a nice jar of pink Himalayan salt at home.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah.
Next time, if you feel very lethargic in the afternoon, just put a couple grains on your tongue and have a few of that lethargic. It will go away.
Wow. Okay, I'll try that.
Yes, definitely try that. And the last thing I want to talk about to stay away is wheat.
Wheat.
Yes,
okay.
wheat. Yeah, and again, this is to do with modifications again.
Mm.
Long time ago, wheat is from the field. It has good complex carbohydrate and some good minerals from the soil, vitamins. But nowadays, the wheat that we eat is really not the same thing. What they do is they genetically grow those wheat, and then they put those wheat under severe radiation, so they never, ever, ever go off. After they grind it into a white flour or whatever, even wholemeal flour, right? They can last 3 years on the shelf of your supermarket.
Mm.
Or they can last months getting shipped to another country. So those wheat nowadays, they don't give you any nutritional value.
But it's in all our bread, though.
It is in all our bread.
So
if
does
you
that mean
have
we
high
have to
blood
stay off
pressure,
bread?
I would recommend you give it a bit of a test. Stay away from all wheat for just 1 week. See how you feel. Go and do a blood test before and after. See how you feel. Then next week we can talk about this little experiment. Interesting, right?
Yep.
Anyone wants to make a guess what we really should eat more if you have high blood pressure?
Celery.
Yes. Yes.
For real?
You got a big tick there.
I think eat more greens.
Correct. Triple tick for you,
Greens.
Nick.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Wait, more greens? So like rice?
But to be honest, I can never be a vegetarian.
You don't need to be. Saying no to protein is not a smart choice. You just need to eat more than usual. Like replacing your bread with a few sticks of celery. In fact, what do you like to eat on your toast?
Butter.
Peanut butter? Butter, okay.
Butter, yeah.
Try butter with celery and or butter with peanut butter. Celery with peanut butter.
Celery
it's so
with peanut
yum.
butter.
Yes,
Celery
it's
with...
super yum.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
How about celery and Marmite?
Oh my God, that's even better. But you gotta put a bit of
Vegemite.
butter. Yeah, Vegemite, butter and celery. Actually, I like Vegemite, butter and cucumber.
Vegemite, butter and cucumber.
Celery is good with cream cheese or peanut butter.
All right.
Yeah.
Instead of bread, huh?
Yeah, instead of bread. And if you eat like this, right, you can have unlimited.
As much celery as you want.
Correct. As much peanut butter as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's much peanut butter.
Yes.
Interesting.
Try for 1 week.
Okay.
So greens. There's another food group that we should eat more often is stuff from the sea. Like seaweed, shellfish, fish, prawns, lobster, sea cucumber.
Oh,
clam.
that sounds nice.
Yes. Any idea why?
Because they have salt water in them.
Yes, you are very, very clever.
Seriously?
You're very
okay.
Well, correct. The salt water is like the place of the earth that has the most abundant of minerals. Some places in the world, like the Dead Sea.
Yep.
You know the Dead Sea? There's 400 over minerals in that seawater.
Wow.
So you can imagine that this is why people travel there to heal their body soaking in the sea. Yeah. So seafood, wild caught seafood, seaweed, sea vegetables, anything from the sea, they have so much special minerals. They will keep your blood vessel very healthy. They will keep your balance of minerals very balanced. So you don't lose any water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seafood.
Yeah, seafood.
Yeah.
So if you go on.
Yeah. So we're talking about taking more water, more seafood, more greens.
Yes.
Right. So far, that's what we talked about, right?
Yeah, and no wheat, no sugar.
No wheat, no wheat, no
Yeah.
sugar, no table salt.
Yes. Correct. So if I were to design a dinner menu for you, I will go to a Japanese restaurant and have sashimi and some seaweed, miso soup with natural salt, and then if I want to drink a little bit of alcohol, make sure I drink a lot of water. That's
You know, one of the
vegetable.
my wife just tried making first time
Yeah.
avocados with egg for toast.
Oh, that's very yum.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
Avocados with egg and toast.
Yeah, she actually smashed the avocados until something like egg, scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Then she mixed with the scrambled egg. It is fantastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My family will eat avocado daily.
Daily. Wow.
Because it's so good. It fills you up as well.
Right.
When we talk about good fats, you start to understand what fats is good for you, and why some people eat a lot of fat, they don't put on weight because they eat the good fat.
Like avocado. Avocado is like it's like a chunk of fat, isn't it?
Yes, avocado
Hey, Dawn,
is a very special fruit.
I just had a very instant question that I want to ask.
Yes, please.
I just came across one of our favorite food, durian store.
Durian.
Yeah. About 28 ringgit per kilo in Sangking. What do you think?
Wow. Can you buy some?
So is that considered
but
cheap?
Dawn, what do you think? Is durian good okay for high blood pressure?
Yes, it is. Any fruit that is seasonal is okay in moderation. The key is seasonal and moderation.
Right.
Seasonal.
You want to know why?
Yes.
Because seasonal fruits, meaning they are from nature, because nothing grows on trees forever.
Right.
Non-seasonal fruits are genetically modified, so they are no good for you.
But I thought durian is quite heaty though.
It can be. That's why the moderation is the key.
Don't eat too much.
If you eat heaps and heaps and heaps of it, you will be overloaded on fructose, and the heaty part comes from the overload of the fructose.
Right.
Oh.
You try to eat 12 oranges, you're gonna get heaty as well.
That's true.
It's a sugar.
The sugar.
And the sugar also dehydrates you. And when you're dehydrated, you are heaty. They all is different part of the same cake. If that makes sense.
Different part of the same cake.
Right.
Yeah, like different side of the same building. You know, you eat too much sugar, you get heaty. You're heaty because you're dehydrated, and because the sugar dehydrates you. They all have interrelationships.
Yeah.
This is actually according to the Chinese medicine theory.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Which you are a
learning.
PCM practitioner, right?
Not yet. In 3 years' time.
Oh,
now
3 years time.
I'm only a naturopath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting there.
Getting there. Getting there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's been half an hour.
Yes, it's been half an hour.
Half an
Thank
hour
you
of
for
walking.
the questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for your sharing. It's very informative.
Thank you
Very
for
informative.
asking all those questions. I love to keep sharing.
Very practical too.
Yeah, cool. So next week, before we conclude, we will discuss another very popular syndrome, which is high cholesterol. And it's going to be an interesting one. If you want to know about fats, what's good and what's bad, what actually causes high cholesterol, please make sure you join us next week.
For sure. Yep.
All right.
Definitely
Enjoy the
looking
rest
forward
of
to
your
it.
Sunday.
Take care. See you.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks for walking
Thanks.
with us.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. See you all.